We'll talk about it. All right, welcome. Good morning, and this is a fine Thursday morning. He was dramatically arrested at the airport on his way out to a foreign country. The Speaker of Baringo County Assembly, William Kamket, has been suspended for a couple of months. And last week, something dramatic further happened in that county assembly when the assemblies allegedly voted unanimously to remove him as the Speaker of that assembly. He says no, he's still the Speaker of the assembly. So we want to delve into what is going on in Baringo and the reasons for his removal, which are very controversial. Karibu, Speaker William Kamket.
Asante.
Right. So how is Baringo?
Baringo is okay.
Okay?
Yes, there are many issues.
Insecurity, famine, all these issues.
Yes, just like many parts of this country now.
Maybe before we go on, let him tell us his background so that Kenyans can know who he is. Well, before he became Speaker, what were you?
I'm your colleague in this profession.
You're a journalist?
Yes, I was at the Kenya Institute of Mass Communications for a diploma in journalism. I worked with the Nation Media for a while. And then I worked at the National Assembly as a Hansard reporter.
Yes.
And then I went to Makerere University for my degree in journalism.
Yes.
And then after that, again, I came and worked at the National Assembly as a reporter for Hansard. And then I tried politics. It didn't work out the way I wanted.
You ran for which constituency?
Tiati. At that time, it was Baringo East.
Against
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then
that was 2007.
2007, yes. It didn't work out, so I went to the East African Assembly as a reporter for Hansard. Yes. For 5 years.
Yes.
And then in the last election, 2013,
yes,
I tried again for Tiati.
Yes.
My performance was fairly good.
Improved.
It was fairly good,
yes.
But I didn't get the threshold to be declared the MP.
You lost. Asman was declared.
Yes.
Or was it in Baringo East?
Yes,
Tiati.
Tiati.
Yes.
You lost who?
To the current MP, Honorable Kamama.
Yeah,
Kamama,
yes. The chair of security.
And then by some twist of fate and luck also,
yes,
I read the new constitution and I saw something here called the Speaker of a County Assembly.
Yes.
And I went and tried, I convinced the members, and
you were elected.
I was elected unanimously. I got a very big vote.
Yes, to be Speaker.
To be Speaker.
Now, let's look at it. Then you have been, how has it been before this dramatic,
What has transpired?
Yeah. So you ran this
from unanimous
election
to now the troubles you have.
To unanimous rejection.
What has
happened?
Unanimous
as a Speaker.
Election to unanimous rejection.
Yeah.
Midterm.
Yes.
Any politician now, if midterm elections were held now,
right,
I am sure almost 90% of politicians would not be re-elected. The problem, and then for me, is that Tiati politics, fast forward 2017.
Right.
For some reason, the Tiati politics has been brought forward.
To your work at the assembly.
To my job at the assembly.
Because you're getting prominence and visibility, and somebody thinks you might use that as a platform to run, or what?
Perhaps.
What are you saying? Are you saying that the member for Tiati, Asman Kamama, is the cause of your trouble? Is that what you're saying?
He is not the only cause. I mean, there has been other politics of Baringo also.
Yes, which we'll look at shortly. But
yes,
yeah,
but
let's finish with your term as experience as Speaker.
Yes.
So you are unanimous opposition almost to your position now. That's a radical 360-degree turnaround.
You know what? It is a combination of so many issues. Like I said, to begin with, 30.
Yes.
All right? Fast forward 2017. Then two, the issues that the communities in Baringo are facing, the issues of insecurity.
Right.
So because of where I come from,
Yes.
in the county, for some reason, I have been made to carry the cross and the sins of the people of Tiati.
So where do you come from? What does that mean?
Baringo
Explain,
is
yes.
Baringo is made up of 3 major communities: the Tugen,
Yes.
Good.
the Pokot. The Tugen constitute about 80%. The Pokot constitute about 17%. And then the community called the El Chamos,
The Chamas, yes.
which is a sub-tribe of the Maasai. They live along the shores of Lake Baringo. They constitute about 2%, and then the rest of the Kenyans are 1%. So, but now the problem with Baringo is that there has been a lot of there are issues that have not been addressed by successive governments.
Right.
The issue of cat rustling.
Yes.
So those issues are alive
Yes.
on the ground.
You, so how do you feature in those issues?
So what happened is that when I was arrested dramatically, in a very dramatic way, somehow the manner of my arrest made the MCAs and the people of Baringo, and of course there are people who don't wish you well, especially in politics. They somehow they decided to convict me because of the dramatic manner of my arrest.
Yes.
Because
you
it was
were
made
criminal
it
in appearance.
It was made to look like I was running away from the country.
All right.
Yet I was on a,
Okay,
on a
let's take
routine.
us through in a nutshell.
Yes.
What happened? You were, tell us the story of your arrest at the airport in detail. What had happened? Where were you from? Where were you going?
And why were you
when
being
you arrested? What happened? In a split.
Well, I was on my way to Turkey on an official visit, normal visits that we do as leaders. I was going for a conference. But a day earlier, the CID people in Cabinet had called me that they wanted to speak to me over some matters. You remember the issues of Kapedo?
Yes, Kapedo had just happened.
So I
police
told
had
them,
lost
fine.
arms.
What I'll do, I will come. Let me. But I'm traveling. I'll come back. So I'll come and speak to you after my safari. I was going only for about 5 days. So tell them, let me travel because my safari is on. When I come back, I'll come and speak to you.
Right.
But I don't know. So,
Yes.
I was going on a normal safari. So
Yes.
I was picked
So
at
you were
the
at the airport. At what time was that?
at around 11. Around 11 p.m.
11 p.m. at
yes,
night.
Yes.
You were arrested at the airport, and then
I presented my passport, and the lady at the immigration told me, she looked at me twice, and like, I asked her, what's up? Why are you not stamping my passport? She kept it aside, and then I peeped, I saw that there was a temporary stop order for me and the other 2 MCAs. So, and all of a sudden, some big men came and told me, my friend, you're under arrest.
right.
I told them, for what? They said, you will go and explain in Baringo. I said, fine.
Yeah.
So I spent the night at the police station at the Jomo Kenyatta airport.
And then the next day they took you to Baringo.
Then I was taken to
And then
Baringo.
what happened?
What is amazing is that here I am. I'm not armed. I am being escorted by more than 20 armed policemen. Can you imagine?
You are a cattle rustler. You are dangerous.
No.
That's why they have
that-
all these people around you. That is the assumption, right?
Well, that is the
Yes.
false assumption. You
Yes.
know, there is a tendency to give people those tags.
Yeah. Stereotype.
That stereotype. because of where we come from. But you see, there are issues that must be addressed by this.
Okay, we'll get to those issues. But so
Yes.
you were taken to Baringo. What
Yes.
happened after that? I want just to summarize.
Yeah,
that
I was
up
taken
now.
to
Yes.
Cabernet. We spent the night at the police station again,
Yes.
and then the next morning we were charged in Eldoret
With
the incitement.
incitement of
Incitement of the people.
yes.
So inciting people to commit violence.
Okay.
Which people and where?
The Pokot.
So you are Pokot,
Yes, I am Pokot, yes.
and therefore you are alleged to
proud
have
one.
incited the Pokot people
Yes.
to attack who?
To attack government officers, the police officers.
The policemen who are killed.
Yes.
In Kapedo, in the
Yes.
In
Kapedo
Kapedo,
attack.
yes.
Your arrest was in relation to Kapedo,
Yes.
where police had lost guns and the
Yes, yes.
government was in pursuit
Yes,
of
yes,
those
yes.
suspected attackers. So the case is still in court.
Yes.
That's what you have been charged with.
Yes.
All right, then fast forward to this year. Okay, then after that, what happened? Your
And then after
assembly
that,
then
now
responded.
the assembly
Yes.
responded to those charges because it's not, we were charged, me and two other MCAs.
Yes.
Then the assembly decided now,
And the two other MCs Pokot also.
yes,
Okay.
and it might be important to note that the two MCAs who are arrested with me are actually my supporters in Tiati politics.
Yes.
Okay.
And you are
My-
going with them to Turkey.
No. No, they were arrested in Cabernet.
Or you are not going with them.
But it's important to know that to
Yeah.
take that point.
Yeah.
That the two of them
Why you are Tiati?
are my
what?
supporters in
Yeah.
Tiati politics.
Okay.
Yes.
So-
So
Yeah, so the MCS took that up. That was October when this was
Yes,
happening.
yes, yes.
And then you were,
Yes.
the assembly took up the matter.
the
MCS, yes.
and decided to convict me.
Yes. In they passed a motion
Yes. Of suspension
of suspension against you.
against me. I tried to point out to them that there is no provision for suspension of the speaker,
Yes.
but they couldn't hear none of it.
Yeah.
Well, they went ahead and did that, and I respected their decision
Yes.
because they are my employers.
Yes.
But I challenged it.
In court.
That matter is also in court.
Right.
I sought judicial review.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but
you
isn't
have
it-
been suspended since
Isn't
then.
it normal and logical that if somebody is charged with a criminal offense when you're a public officer, obviously you're suspended.
Well, that is how.
Where you are a public officer, you are
Yes.
charged in court with a criminal matter,
Yes.
incitement of people.
Yes.
How can you continue working?
You know, Bwana Mutegi.
Well, I'm not sure if that is the law, but yes.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I don't know.
What's
I'm
happening?
not a lawyer. Tell me.
There is a presumption of innocence.
But you're already charged.
No. There is a presumption of innocence. If that was the case, then we would not have elected Uhuru Kenyatta to be the president of this country.
Yes.
We would not have elected William Ruto to be the deputy president of this country.
Yes.
How many politicians in this country now, how many leaders have matters? The other day, politicians were arrested in Narok.
Yes.
Are they not serving?
Yes. But were they charged?
Yes, they were charged, but are they not serving? They are. The Constitution, there is the presumption of innocence.
Right. Okay.
Until you're proved guilty or otherwise.
Okay.
So that
So
is
the-
that
so
is
the,
what.
the assembly took its own independent action based on your charges
Yeah.
of incitement and criminal charges against you,
yeah.
and passed a
A
motion,
motion
to suspend
to
you.
suspend me.
So since October, you've been under suspension.
November.
November,
actually, yes.
under suspension.
Yes.
Then what happened last Wednesday? They seem to have
No, no,
graduated that,
no, not-
upgraded that to impeachment
No,
on Wednesday.
now,
Yes.
before last Wednesday,
Yes.
on the 11th of February, the MCS decided now this guy, we have to get rid of him. Of course, I must tell you that there are so many forces behind all these activities. Teati politics, Baringo politics,
Yes.
and national politics.
Okay.
There is the politics of Baringo and national. I'll come to that.
We'll come to that.
But,
Let's-
but,
let's finish with your
but
speakership.
on
yes.
the 11th of February, they tried to remove me. I was sent an email. Well, that matter is in court also.
Okay.
No, not that one. So I was sent an email at night
Right.
to appear in Cabernet. I was in Nairobi
Yes.
to appear in Cabernet the next morning. But by the time I was reaching Naivasha,
To arrive in Kabanet where?
in the assembly,
In the assembly, yes.
to go and defend myself.
You
on the
sent
floor
email by who?
by my clerk.
The clerk, yes,
Yes.
of the Assembly of
Yes.
Baringo, yes.
To
go and
by the
defend
time I was
yourself.
reaching Naivasha,
Yeah.
the vote had been taken.
To
Right?
suspend you.
To
No, to
re-
impeach you
Actually, there is no impeachment of the speaker.
Yeah.
It's actually a vote of no confidence
in the speaker, right?
in the speaker. Yes.
Okay.
Impeachment is for executive.
Yes, yes.
So by the time I was reaching Naivasha, the vote had been taken.
Taken.
Lucky enough, I survived.
How?
Right? I mean, the threshold
Required.
required is 75%.
Two-thirds, okay.
They got 74%.
Okay. So you didn't get
So I was not
vote
removed.
of no confidence?
The-
No
it
success.
didn't work.
That's in February.
Yes.
And then last one.
And the standing orders of the assembly are very clear that once a motion of no confidence fails, you do not have a chance to do it again until after 6 months.
Okay.
So I said, thank God, and I called my members. I told them, I have heard you loud and clear.
Yes.
Even those who wanted to remove me, I have heard you loud and clear. But now that I survived,
Yes.
when you want to hang when you hang a man, and the rope somehow slips and then hang that guy, do you want to hang them again? No. I mean, I'm a child of God. Well, we all are, but at that time,
Yes.
I consider myself extremely lucky.
Right.
So, but now, recently,
Yeah. So what happened last Wednesday? In short, I want to finish the speakership.
what happened is some of the same group of members,
Yes.
clearly unhappy with the failed vote,
Yes.
went behind some petition and brought a purported public petition from some sub-location called Arabel in Tiati
Okay.
to say that they are dissatisfied with me.
Yeah.
And then they formed an ad hoc committee of the assembly to look at the petition, and the petition was asking for my removal.
Yes.
The ad hoc committee invited me. I told them I will not come because that is not legal. That's not the way to remove a speaker. I did not go, and the assembly went ahead and adopted the report of the ad hoc committee.
Yes.
And by adopting the report, therefore, they claimed to have removed me.
Okay. Adopting the
but
report,
there was no
petition
vote.
asking for your removal.
Yes.
Adoption, but no vote.
No vote.
On the actual removal.
Yes.
Or vote of no
yes.
confidence.
So, and that matter, I have also gone to court. So we will not say more on
seek
that.
a review of it.
Yes.
Okay.
I also got
All
permission
right. That
to
is a good
challenge.
start. A
Yeah.
starter's review.
Yeah.
Now, okay, look at the politics that is playing out in Baringo and the whole insecurity issue. You are saying that your own vote or your own tribulations are related to the politics of Baringo.
Yeah.
How so?
The politics of Baringo.
Because you're being accused
what is
of
happening?
insecurity, incitement.
No, let me. There are issues. There is a corridor in this country. Baringo, Samburu, part of Northeastern, Turkana, West Pokot. There is a corridor in this country that has become the corridor of impunity because of absence of government for a very long time. Now, these people have resorted to arming themselves. And now, because of that issue, there is a lot of, let me make an example of Nairobi. The amount of policing that is in this town,
right,
is immense, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be compared.
Human beings, by nature,
Yeah.
are troublesome. So you can imagine a whole corridor of this country that is so under-policed. And then these people have resorted to arming themselves. I believe something has to be done in that region. I want to take this opportunity because this is a rare opportunity to come in. That I want to ask the president and his deputy, the Jubilee administration. There must be a very serious, deliberate, sustained effort to pacify that region. Pacification in all manner.
Yeah.
We must find ways of bringing government closer to those people.
Yeah.
It will take the effort of the national government. I do not believe that the county governments, as currently constituted, and with all the teething problems, have the capacity to deal with the security situation in those regions.
Of course they cannot, because they don't have this the security enforcement arm.
Yes.
But when you say that, I mean, the Baringo situation, and you seem to be a victim or a player in that mix of politics there, between the Pokot, who are alleged to be raiding, and the victim communities, so to speak, the Tugans, who live together there. How would you describe the correlations, the relationship between those communities, and why this cat rustling cannot be brought down?
You know, the cat rustling is a crime, right? It is like any other crime, robbery with violence. But we must differentiate between cat rustling and the cattle keeping. The problem is that, cattle is gold.
In those areas?
I mean, not in those areas, everywhere. Because, this is the economy, right? Cattle is gold. And now, the problem is that this cattle is mobile gold. Do you understand? That today you have it, it can be stolen by someone tomorrow.
It is not mobile, it's owned.
No,
cattle as mobile?
It is because it moves. Because they move. Your farm, nobody can steal your farm from you. I mean, it's not easy to steal your farm. You see farmers all the time fighting over edges.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
These settled communities.
To say, let me explain. To say that they're mobile means that they can belong here, tomorrow they belong elsewhere.
Because
and they can go on, and ownership is depending on where they are found. That's not like a river.
No, understand me, Ndugu.
Yes.
It is, like I said earlier, human beings are not necessarily peaceful people. So now, because this is the only source of livelihood,
yes,
and there are thieves among society. Yeah. There are all manner of people. Okay. So what happens is, because of the under-policing of these communities. Yeah. So the issue, and you see, you use cattle to do everything. Yes. To marry, to go to school, to do.
Well, granted.
Now, because of the under-policing.
Yes.
Theft is rampant, one can steal and there is no action.
Yes.
All right.
The other one goes to steal.
So it becomes back and forth. Yeah. But now, and then there is the challenge of nomadic pastoralism, right? Vis-a-vis these other communities who don't practice nomadic pastoralism. Yes. And then there is a challenge of desertification. There is growing desertification in those regions. Yes. So these people, you will find that people in those areas where they traditionally live, they have been forced to move to other areas. Yeah. Right? And because they have been forced to move to other areas, there are private ranches in Baringo and Laikipia. You'll find this problem. The other day I saw the member of parliament for Sitlai Samis trying to help some cattle keepers get out of jail in Nanyuki, because they had grazed in some private ranches. Yeah. There is a lot of pressure on the private ranches by these nomadic pastoralists. Yeah. There is a lot of pressure on private farms and other people's lands, because the areas where they normally graze, there is a lot of desertification.
Okay. Agreed. Yeah. What is your view? I mean, you have been quoted as having spoken as if to support rustling activities. The use of the word restocking, that communities are restocking when the cattle is stolen, they have an equal measure or right to get themselves stocked afresh.
No, that was a joke. That was a joke that was taken completely out of context. Yes. It's an opportunity. It is an opportunity to, in life, you make some jokes that are a bit insensitive. Sorry. Yeah. I really sincerely regret making that joke. Yeah. It's quite regrettable, But
in reality,
yes,
when these nomadic pastoralists lose their livestock, how do you propose they get back yourself? How do you propose that they can get back their animals?
you know,
If they die of starvation or whatever, how do you propose?
you know what happened?
Forget about the joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Honorable Raila Odinga, when he was running for president, he mentioned that he was going to...
He pledged to do insurance for animals.
Yes.
Yes.
We believed him.
Yes.
Unfortunately, after they came in, he came in as Prime Minister, we did not see that happening.
Right.
There was a meek attempt to form a ministry called Ministry of Northern Kenya. We never saw what it achieved.
Yeah.
What, in my considered view, this country, and actually more than half of this country, depends on livestock. And you cannot go anywhere today.
So what should they do?
So I am saying that justice has not been done.
So what should be done
To
in
the-
response
to
to
the
what Mutegi
livestock?
just asked? Mutegi asked,
Yes.
if people lose their livestock,
Yes.
this gold they have,
Yes.
what is the recourse?
I am
The
saying...
recourse has been
yes.
raid and restock.
No.
I'm saying that has been the recourse.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
has been
yes,
the traditional
yes,
system. That's
yes,
why they
yes,
start rustling.
yes.
But what is the proposed mechanism
Yes.
for achieving equity, restoration of justice?
Government
and
must
property
come in. You
rights?
see, at the end, the buck stops with government.
Yes.
Because government is a protector of human beings and their wealth.
Yes.
All right? So government must come in a very, very big way
Yeah.
to help these nomadic pastoralists. And then two, the government must also develop mechanisms for climate change adaptation and mitigation.
Yeah.
Because, sincerely speaking, what is happening is that there is a lot of desertification happening in the
Are
sites.
people willing to adopt these new solutions you're talking about?
You see, people are led. The people are, the government must lead by example.
Okay.
So the issue of...
But your example is not good.
sorry?
Your example, with that kind of joke, and you yourself believing that livestock or cattle is gold. I don't believe cattle is gold. I believe that if cattle, there is drought, get rid of the cattle and sell them and...
You know, I will forgive you because perhaps you have no cow in your home.
I have a cow, but it's not gold.
Perhaps you...
Yes, it's not gold
it
in
is not
Meru.
gold.
But perhaps
Because
you...
in Meru, Mira is gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yeah,
Kapedo,
I'm
cattle is
saying,
gold.
coffee.
Yeah.
for this gentleman, I will
Or tea.
forgive him because perhaps he doesn't have... He has a farm, but somebody else somewhere doesn't have a farm. That is the gold. That your farm is your gold.
Yes.
For this other person who depends on this cow and goat and sheep, that is their gold. That is their livelihood.
I think the
So the government must sincerely take the livestock industry very, very seriously. And they have measures that have been done so far, waiting for drought, and then you allocate some little money to go and buy some emaciated cows. That is not the way to go. There must be a paradigm shift in how we deal with nomadic pastoralists. At the same time, we must find ways of getting alternative economy, alternative economic livelihoods.
When did we devolve government? We devolve government so that you can be a speaker of Baringo County and make those changes.
We are only in the first year. We are only in the second year.
And instead of doing that yourself, what we are doing is causing trouble.
No, we are only in the second year. And I've told you that most of my troubles are caused by power games.
Yeah.
There are people who are trying to exercise their little power they acquired on me. It's not that I am causing trouble.
Yeah. What somebody asked, and the questions come in from Baringo, those who are interested in that area or come from there and are familiar with the goings on in Baringo. Perhaps you can also chip in and ask the speaker his tribulations, or if he is not telling the truth, then you have the truth. Yeah. Send us your text at 22422 and we'll put it to him. Somebody says that, somebody asked, what is your relationship with the Senator, Gideon Moy?
Gideon Moy is the senator for Baringo. right?
Yes.
That one,
I am the
what's your
speaker.
relationship?
I'm the speaker for Baringo.
Yes.
So our relationship is at a leadership level, and he's the chairman of KANU.
Yes.
I am a member of KANU.
Yes.
Yes.
What your election, and of course the majority of the membership of the county assembly is not KANU.
Yes.
What is it? What is the proportion?
Majority of members of the assembly are from United Republican Party.
Yes.
But it's part of my negotiating skills and persuasion skills
Yes.
and the experience that I've gained over the years.
Yes.
That I managed to
become speaker.
tell these members that please do not look at me, do not look at the party, look at me as Kamket and what I can bring and what I can do for this county.
But it looks like they've changed their mind. They think they made a mistake.
No, that's how I'm telling you. That is the problem of midterm. Midterms are not good for politicians.
So you attribute, but okay, let's get to your unanimous support which you earned earlier on.
Yeah.
In many counties which are, ethnically diverse like this, there was always a compromise and sharing up of positions. So the governor is this community or from this area, the senator is from here, the speaker therefore ought to come from here. Were you a beneficiary of that compromise? Because, I mean, if your Kanu is minority there, your own community is minority in Baringo constituency.
Yes.
Is that is there a betrayal? The decision to throw you out perhaps was to accommodate a minority community within the county for that position of speaker. And time is up.
No,
Yes.
well, if I benefited because of being a minority, well and good. But I thought when I ran for speaker, I was elected on merit. On the merit that I managed to convince the honorable members of the county assembly that I am qualified for that job. If this consideration of minority came in to boost my campaign, I have no issue with that. I mean, that is good for me.
Yeah.
It has worked, and I have been able to
there is
deliver.
some considerable support from the messages coming in that you're a good man, you don't tolerate corruption, that's why you're being witch hunted and things like those. But there is a question here that comes in. Open the Pandora's box on the secret meeting, chip table meeting convened by the governor, which is believed to be the genesis of the witch hunt you are suffering. What about that meeting?
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I mentioned very clearly that there are very many power games in Baringo. Like I would believe in all other counties.
Yes.
So I do not want to point fingers directly, but I am a victim of power games. Like I said, Tiati, fast forward 2017, and Baringo politics as well as national politics.
Yes.
2017 means that you are going to run for the
That is the
peace.
perception that has been...
Therefore, Mr. Kamama is worried about your popularity. Is that so? Is that what we are saying?
You may deduce it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You visited a place called Arabel.
Yes.
That Arabel is not in Tiati constituency, according to some people here. What were you doing there, and what does that have to do with your tribulations?
Arabel is part of Baringo.
Yes.
I remember I am the speaker for Baringo County.
Yes.
Yes.
So visiting any part of Baringo, for me, is not a big deal. But what my political rivals
Yes.
decided to construe or misconstrue my visit and took a different dimension altogether.
What are you going to do? And
We
what
had,
was
we had,
through?
you
What's
see,
the
that is the
protocol?
region. That is the region where there is a bit of conflict between the communities.
Yes.
All right. So we had gone on a fact-finding mission. I had actually went with the senator for West Pokot, Professor Lonyangapuo,
Yeah.
and so we had gone to visit and find out what exactly is happening. And for some reason, my political enemies and rivals decided to use it against us and say that we had...
It's logical. It's logical because you are from Baringo County and you are associating with other Pokot from another county.
For West Pokot.
Yeah.
The senator for West
If
Pokot,
if I was from Baringo myself, I would think, oh, this guy is not loyal here.
Yeah.
His loyalty is elsewhere.
No.
Yes.
The senator for West Pokot, let me put it this way. Professor Lonyangapuo is the leader of the Pokot.
He's not a leader in book.
Just get it right. He's a leader of the Pokot community from Laikipia to Uganda.
Right now,
he is the leader of the Pokots. So when he comes,
chief
put it in whichever language, but he's the leader of the Pokot community from Laikipia to Uganda.
Okay.
In as much as we are in Baringo,
he succeeded Lotodo. That is so to speak.
Well, you put it that way, yes.
Okay.
So he came also on a fact-finding mission, and he asked me, Speaker, kindly, I want to find out what's happening in this county. And I told him, fine, karibu sana. He's been with us. He visited us when the Kapedo operation happened.
Yes. You remember the Banta school with his name?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Which means, and the school is where?
It is in Baringo.
Baringo.
And it was banned?
It was banned by the Askaris, by military.
Yeah. Yes, by military.
Yes, so you can imagine the military going to ban a school. I mean, that was really...
Let's talk,
anyway, you can see now, you see the problem you have. You are loyal to, it's not Baringo.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I am the speaker for Baringo. And let me tell you, I am the speaker for Baringo.
They made a mistake.
My loyalty...
I think those people made a mistake.
No. We are not in Baringo by mistake.
Yeah.
The Pokots in Baringo are not in Baringo by mistake.
Yeah.
We have been there.
You are expansionist. You are seen as expansionist.
Let's look at
No.
this way.
If you put that way, Banamutegi,
Yes.
you know, we all came from somewhere,
Yeah, of course.
isn't it? Where you live, you must have migrated from somewhere. So
Leave Mutegi alone with this expansionist theory. It's diversionary. The question is, there are Pokots who reside in constituencies in Baringo, and there are other communities that live in area constituencies which are in Pokot
exactly.
territory or inhabited by Pokot.
Yeah.
Let's just finish this discussion this way. Kapedo happened in October. It's many months down the line. Has there been a resolution, especially because even though it's a neighboring constituency, people said that the attackers in Kapedo retreated into the Tiati area, which is the haven for criminals and guns. Is that first of all true? And secondly, has Kapedo been resolved as a person who has keen interest? And because
first of all, I want to say that what happened in Kapedo is really regrettable. I mean, it's a very terrible thing that happened in this country, and it's like what happened in Baragoi.
Yeah.
The killing of police officers, and it's really bad. It's something really bad.
They cannot be condoned. Yes.
Nobody. And two, I want to state it clearly that Kapedo is in Baringo. All right? Kapedo and Selale is part and parcel of Baringo County. The little village of Kapedo developed out of the missionaries who came to establish a hospital and a school there. Yeah. And because the Pokot community who live around that area are cattle keepers, and they keep on moving with their livestock all over, Pokots are generally very proud people. They don't like to do manual jobs.
Yeah.
So, but now the neighbors, the Turkana, came and started working for these missionaries, and somehow Kapedo developed, and it became a big village of the Turkana. But it is inside Baringo County. Kapedo has been administered in Baringo County for a very long time.
Yeah.
Now, the resolution of the issues of Kapedo is ongoing. I am aware that the Senate committee visited that place recently. There is something they are doing about it.
Right.
And there are many other issues that are going on around it.
Okay, as a leader, have you been satisfied with the government response to resolve that problem? The attack, the response?
What is...
has it been effective? Has it deterred future incidents?
Yes, so to some extent, yes. But we need more presence of government.
Okay, presence of government, you said.
We need more presence of government in all its manifestations. We don't need only, we need both hard government and soft government. In terms of the military, in terms of the policing,
investigation,
and also we need soft government in terms of infrastructure. That place, you will find that in the entire Selale ward of Baringo County, there is no church.
Okay.
So I also want to appeal to the missionaries, please, to come and and pacify these communities.
Yeah. Okay.
And we need expansion of infrastructure. Luckily enough, the geothermal that is in Slale and will
We'll
perhaps
have to bring
solve all these
open the
problems.
area up
Yes.
for whatever.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Finally, so you are speaker as speaker in absentia, in absence. What is your plan going forward? Maybe you abandon the speaker job and said, "Thank you very much. I served, and you can have the job." And I'm going for bigger things, or what is your plan?
I am not a quitter.
Not a quitter.
I will fight to the end, because I will fight on the legal front to the end. I will continue trying to convince the members who elected me in the first place that, please, colleagues, I am still the Kamket that you elected.
Right.
Nothing much has changed in me. And then two, I will challenge the Baringo leadership, starting with the governor and the senator, that it cannot be correct that Baringo County Assembly and Baringo County government operates without the substantive speaker, because now these court cases, we don't know how long it will take. We are not in control of the judicial process.
Yeah.
But yet these are matters that can be solved amicably out of court and to save the county a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Colleague, former colleague, now politician, speaker, and aspiring for bigger things.
You joined us.
William Kasait Kamket, the speaker for Baringo County, suspended and in a lot of trouble discussing insecurity in that area and the future of his own politics and that county. Thank you for watching Power Breakfast. Over to music now.